Mohan Vishwa, Karnataka BJP spokesperson, Nagaraju Yadav of the Congress Party, R.K. Upadhyay, senior journalist based in Karnataka, and also Revati Ashok, CEO, Bangalore Political Action Committee is also joining us. Revati, I want to begin with you. What do you feel about the increase in the petrol and diesel prices for the state of Karnataka and the initial justification, although the government is now saying other things as well, but the initial justification did very much accept from the government side that this is to fund their guarantees. What do you make of that as a citizen?
See, as a citizen, guarantees for certain underprivileged people is not the point. But penalizing people in this manner, when mobility is one of the biggest challenges the city has, is I think the city and the state has, is a big problem. You know, mobility is at the heart of people's economic activity. It is not just, it impacts everybody. It does not impact only the rich. In fact, it impacts the people who are underprivileged even more because of petrol and diesel hikes. All the transportation mechanics will be more expensive. As it is, people in the city are not able to optimize economic activity because people who cannot afford real estate or cannot afford vehicles of their own have to forego a lot of economic opportunities because public transport is so poor in our city.
Yes, absolutely.
And at that time, to go and raise money in this manner, I think it is very ill-advised. They could have found several other ways. Why not ensure that you properly collect all the property taxes? And there are so many leakages happening everywhere. If they just plug all those leakages, you don't have to raise these taxes.
Yeah, interestingly,
where the leakages are.
What you mentioned is very right, because this affects people's mobility, and of course when diesel prices also go up, it kind of leads to inflation of other prices of essential goods as well.
Absolutely.
And interestingly, the reason why the guarantees are coming under question is because one of the guarantees, which is possibly the most popular guarantee, is the free rides for women in government buses. Now, it almost sounds like, and I want to go across to our Congress representative with that, it almost sounds like, Mr. Yadav, that you're giving to one section to appease them and to please them, and you're giving to all of them whether they need it or not, economically and financially. But to fund that, you're actually penalizing all others who now have to pay, so much more for petrol and diesel. Is that fair?
No, the entire case, what you're talking in favor of people, I accept it. But what you're presenting to say that we are collecting money, diesel for petrol price hike, only to meet the challenges of guarantee, it is absolutely nonsense and ridiculous. Because we have earmarked more than 52,000 crores in the budget, which was presented by Siddaramaiah Saab in the Karnataka state as the finance minister, as the chief minister. 52,000 rupees was earmarked for it. It is only what is the hike we are getting, only 3,000 rupees. The guarantees are not standing on petrol and diesel price hike at all.
But it's one of the ways you're collecting additional tax,
let
right?
me complete it. One of the ways you said. Now, what is the state government has got powers to collect the resources? What are the resources state government, any state government has got to get their resources in place? One is registration, one is stamp duty, motor vehicle tax, petrol and diesel VAT collections, liquor sales VAT. These are the only few items we have. Entire GST is controlled and monopolized by the government of India. They don't.
No, that's not true. I will reject that statement. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. GST is not monopolized by the central government in India. There's a GST council and every state is a member.
I understand every state is a member. I understand what opinions made by the state Karnataka members have been, what has been considered, what is not considered. We are aware of it. We have suggested so many things to in the GST to bring it in a better format. They were in a hurry to bring it and put everybody in trouble. That one side. Let me not give a justification for that. Our resources, we said very clearly, it's our duty to collect the resources in place, and the welfare schemes are not given for the sake of election. It is given for the welfare of the people, because past 10 years, Narendra Modi's government has put people in a hardship. The poorest of the poor has been troubled. They were not able to have a peaceful, dignified life. We have given the welfare scheme. It is nowhere connected.
But you're giving welfare schemes, which obviously. Once again, you've given those welfare schemes. The reason why those welfare schemes are coming under question is because you seem to be increasing prices of essential commodities because you have that additional burden. Because recently
Shivani-
electricity prices were also hiked in
No,
Karnataka.
Shivani, let me give me 1 minute time because other panelists also can come in. Let me say one thing because we are the people ruling the state government, and let me answer you this question because in the interest of people. Today, what we are asking is increase of 3 rupees on petrol or a diesel is accumulating almost around 3,000 crore rupees. No doubt about it. Bangalore is one of the fastest growing cities in the world. We want to compete the infrastructure today. We need resources also. It doesn't mean that the price increase is only for mobility.
I'm only going by what one of your ministers said. Your minister accepted that this is to fund the guarantees and for development of the state.
It is nowhere connected to the guarantees as such. This money will go definitely for the development of Bangalore city and other cities and other parts of the Karnataka state.
Okay,
And
let Mohan
guarantees
Vishwa respond to
needs
that.
Almost 60,000 crores and 60,000 crores resources will be collected to state government. We will not
Can I
back
come
out
in,
on
please?
that. That's not election promises. That's the promises given to welfare.
Shivani,
of
can I-
because you should know very clearly.
So
the
not
neighboring
to
state
fund
which is going to
guarantees,
hear-
but to
Second-
fund development.
Shivani,
It's
can
a
you mute
burgeoning city, Bengaluru, plus there are other things that the government wants to do. Mohan Vishwa.
See, Shivani, the problem with this Congress government is now here Mr. Nagaraj Yadav says it is not to connect it to government or elections at all. But his own minister, like as you said, he said it is for to fund the guarantees. His name is Mr. M.B. Patil, who is also an industrial development minister. Point number one. Point number two, after losing the elections badly in the state, Congress, MLAs, and also the candidates who were the ministers in the state, they themselves came out. Mr. Nagaraj Yadav, please keep quiet. They themselves came out and they said that guarantee is not.
25 seats, you came down to 19. You lost the seats. Let me know, Mr. Mohan. Don't tell blatant lies.
Okay, one by one, please. One by one.
Don't do
Please,
that.
can you mute this
You
guy?
lost. We have got one seat.
Can you
Nine
mute
seats
this
we have
guy?
now. We
See,
have
this is
got
the way they
one-
behave.
Can I just have
If you think
Mohan's audio,
guarantees-
please?
Okay. There is one guy called Mr. Lakshman who contested from Mysore. He is a very close aide of Siddaramaiah. When he lost the election, he came out and he openly said the guarantee schemes are not working. That's why we should stop guarantees. That means what? Their own leaders are openly coming and telling these guarantees are done only for the sake of winning the elections. That is what they do. And today, Mr. M.B. Patil, who is the industrial minister, he came out and he said price hike and diesel price is basically to fund the guarantees. Come on, they themselves are telling. It's a fact. It's not we who are telling. And also, like as you said, it's not only electricity price which is doubled. You take stamp duty valuation, the valuation of properties have doubled. Okay, and also the liquor excise duty has been doubled, tripled in so many cases. And also, you won't believe it, the notary, the 20 rupees notary which is to be get done is now 200 rupees. And also adoption deed. You take anywhere, these people have increased the price across all, even after increasing the prices. And since they themselves claims that, by giving guarantees, they are getting good tax collections. Even after getting good tax collections, as they claim, okay, and even after getting the share of tax revenue from the central also. Recently, central government gave a devolution of 5,056 crores to Karnataka government. Even after having all these funds also, now Siddaramaiah have increased the petrol and diesel rate by 3 rupees.
But can I
and
come
3
in?
rupees
Mohan, if you look at the prices where Karnataka stands now, after this increase also, it's comparable to many other states. So is it fair to say that the burden of the guarantees alone is the reason for doing this? Because the prices are very much in this zone in many other states as well, including BJP-ruled states.
BJP.
Shivani, why it was less in Karnataka? Because we were ruling for 3.5 years. I will tell you, in November 2021, when Narendra Modi ji reduced 10 rupees on petrol at the center, 5 rupees on diesel at the center. Similarly, Bommai was the chief minister here in the state. He reduced 7 rupees each on petrol and diesel. Totally, there was a reduction of 17 rupees on petrol, 15
No,
rupees
but
on
people
diesel.
could say
when
you
there was a
you
double
did
in
that
government.
to appease
That's
voters
why-
as well ahead of elections.
No. Sorry. It was done in 2021. Election was there in 2023.
Okay.
Whereas general elections was there in 2024. Okay. So what I mean to say is, even after affected by Corona or Ukraine-Russia war also, central government, state government, when there was a double engine government, we reduced 17 rupees and 15 rupees. And the same Siddaramaiah tweet I have here, I can show you, when he was sitting in opposition, he made this tweet stating that we are not bothered about other states. We are bothered about only our state.
Fair enough.
They
No,
will
those
come to power,
arguments will come back
they
to
are gonna
haunt the
reduce.
Congress government.
What
R.K.
they're
Upadhyay, is it really hurting the Congress government's image when they keep increasing prices of other essential commodities after coming to power, which kind of takes away from the benefit that the very same people could have been getting from their guarantees? Is the public mood or perception changing?
Shivani, Siddaramaiah's boss Mr. Rahul Gandhi said before the elections that cut will put 8,500 rupees into the bank accounts of women once the elections are over. Now what Siddaramaiah is doing is cut is taking away the money from the people's pocket. This is what Karnataka has come to. So people are now looking at, actually the statement made by Siddaramaiah about 2-3 years ago about the central government when they raised the petrol prices. That has gone viral. And he had mentioned that, are you not ashamed that you are sucking the blood of the common people when the petrol prices was raised? And he said, you have no right to continue in power. So these were the and then he said, all prices will go up because of the petroleum prices. So what has he done? He has done what he was, telling about the central government. Now, what is the justification that he has for these, price rises? And Karnataka is among the highest. I was looking at, the prices in different states, and Karnataka and Telangana. These are the two Congress-ruled states. They are among the highest, in the country. So that being the case, they have made it very clear that this is to, fund the guarantees. But guarantees themselves are getting killed one by one. For the last 2 months, the money has not gone into the accounts of the women. Do you know that? And then, the 5 kg rice, they're supposed to give a financial, support. That has also not gone into the account because there's no money. The state government is bankrupt, and that is the reason why this sudden decision has been taken to hike by 3 rupees and 3.5 rupees.
Okay.
I mean, these guarantees themselves have played out the game. And they've lost the election. Why don't they accept the fact that the people themselves have rejected it?
I'm not sure if entire guarantee system has been rejected because Karnataka has voted differently in state and assembly elections in the past, and several states have done so. So maybe we'll reserve our judgment on that. But Mr. Yadav, you want to respond to that? That actually your guarantee system is failing.
No, I want to answer Mohan and Upadhyaya. How can they talk on a reputed channel blatant lies? No, 109 rupees is Anantapur today, Andhra Pradesh. How Karnataka is high? And I'm talking Maharashtra is 104 rupees. Petrol prices, he doesn't understand these things. They should stop telling blatant lies on a reputed channel like this.
Okay. Can I just have Mohanji with me? Mohan Yadav, I have limited time. I want to ask you, is your guarantee system failing because you just didn't have the funds for it? Yes, Mohan Yadav.
It's Nagaraj Yadav.
Yes, I'm sorry, Nagaraj Yadav. Yes, go ahead.
Telling that guarantees have failed, that's why we increased. This is ridiculous lies because we from one seat we came to
Shivani, I need 30 seconds.
13% of the vote share has been increased. BJP was 25 seats. They came down to 19 seats. Their vote share is reduced. They survived in Karnataka because they tied up with JDS because they had no confidence of winning.
Okay, my question was actually not related
Shivani, last 30
seconds.
seconds.
My question was actually not
30 seconds.
related to election results because you yourself said that this is not about elections. This is about the finances of the state. Yes, Mohan, I have exactly 30 seconds to give to you.
Shivani,
Yes,
last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
To add to Mr. Upadhyaya, I will tell you about this Congress government have bankrupted state. Let me tell you, they have increased across all the places, including electricity, stamp duty valuation, even after increasing all those things. Now, I will tell you, when the Siddaramaiah presented the state budget in 23-24, the debt for that particular year was 85,928 crores. Whereas for 24-25, he himself have presented a debt of 1,05,496 crores. For 2 years, only for 2 years, this bankrupt government has increased the debt of the state by 1,91,424 crores.
Okay.
Debt has been increased. Then they have increased all the prices. Then where do all the money go? This is the biggest question.
Or have they overpromised? This question keeps coming back to haunt the Congress government. Unfortunately, I've run out of time. I think all of you have said what you needed to say or what you had to say, but the public needs to be convinced of whether this price hike is justified outside of those guarantees or is it because of those guarantees. I've run out of time. I do thank you for watching Plain Speak, and Hard Facts is coming up.